Indeed. That's right.
So she still has the key. We can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Took out the key with the Moncomo design on it and slid it to the keyhole, and then... Yes, it opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We're finally free, but there weren't even time to take a break of relief because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impressively long. I couldn't even see where it ended. I climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark. It was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea where we were so far. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. Now that you said that, I'm kind of getting nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off. So, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I came from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a secret duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous? Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. But how come? Is that your family's tradition, right?
Right.
So, because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society, which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort.
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned. I can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family's creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. So that explains. Because before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never said anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Whole Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kyogre detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you could go so far as to enter Whole Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your father, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. What? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much time to talk about. There's nothing I want to talk about my father about. There's nothing I want to say to him either. Why? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself. But apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kyogre family. He was talented. He had a promising future. He had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. So long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for it. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family's name, so every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had a chance to become a detective. Dang. No, the last thing was I don't blame him for he had his own life. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But that's not true.
However,
There's one thing I can never forgive. Really?
so,
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
however,
When the rest of my family, my family looked at me, they saw something different. Then they saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they saw me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow. That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove myself from my life, in order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. Your family. To just cut him off like
wrong.
that? Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul?
Hey.
No. Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. I don't know how long we finally reached the top. Looks like this is
Indeed.
it.
That's right.
That's why we'll come out. I locked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Oh, here we there's nothing. Use my right hand up and push it against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long the ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly think that we're safe and sound, but at least we're out. Now we're back at Hope's Peak. Thank you. I never would have gone out there without you. Not that it's necessary, I just returned a favor. That's a lie, bro. So now what do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you too. You help me.
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then,
Let's get a concrete answer.
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
however,
We try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out, and it's not like we can run away. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now. Don't worry. What you think is going to happen
because
Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. You said something like that before. The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation to Mukuro's death. There's a moment when the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
right.
I'm eating, I'm sorry. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the
Shall
gym.
we go?
Let's get going.
Well now.
Hey. Coco, I don't mind so much.
I
But-
don't believe it!
But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So if I did, what will you do?
Shing!
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule.
Making me angry!
So now I gotta punish you again. This time I won't leave anything to chance.
Right.
No? Do whatever you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. That matters to you, right?
Huh?
Lose?
Hey!
You explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this last class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you want that excuse to kill
in
me.
other words,
I was supposed to be chosen to be the blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
However,
But then Makoto chose to overlook my lie. Your plan came crashing down. The result of the trial weren't all what you were expecting, because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like
Right.
that. In response to that unexpected development,
indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the blackened and tried to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation, no matter than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your previous execution machine. Alter ego. You ever imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you killed it?
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Makoto. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it was sure to be a violation of the rules, which I know you love so much. The blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us. And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this,
Well.
right? No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is it? A comedy routine? Don't make such bold claims without a shroud of evidence.
That doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have came to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been grabbed by the despair you love so much to inspire.
However.
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
That's supposed to be enough to convince me that in the absence of evidence.
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to
Hey.
convince. If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
Indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly
Listen
right.
to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove me wrong. Now you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair, fair and
that's what we
square,
have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Makoto's trial over again. Over this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair
It's
trial.
time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, there will be this will be our chance to expose the true identity of Makoto's killer or the mastermind themselves. And what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? To prove just to me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Very.
What's wrong?
It was hard to make from one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you
You
accept?
guys!
If we do things your way, there'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree with your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim
I
victory?
can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown, he agreed. Then we should have a shot at it.
Barrett!
This is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting
You
end.
guys!
And for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here on Mysteries. That's right, every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do
I
that,
can barely contain myself!
that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for yourself.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well done. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way out of the truth of Makoto's death, Mukuro's death, and solve the mystery of the school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learned the whole truth, what kind of despair would you show me? Or as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, will be the ultimate. How will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this all turned out.
Hey.
Before we get started, I want to clarify one thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when the class trial is held.
What's wrong?
So what?
Hey.
I just want to confirm that that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it's bears repeating. Everything is based off the school regulations. Okay, trial Makoto is no execution for that. No. Mukuro's trial is their trial no expectation. That is part of the regulation, which would have mean that whoever killed Mukuro, very polarizing each approach. I know, but okay, that's enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only one to take a single step post-peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
Listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why he go quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry!
I'm done talking. I have nothing else to say. Get lost, would you? Why so mad?
Phew.
He seems emotionally stable.
Hey!
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I just fucking what? We need to start getting ready. Super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey.
Come on, Kola, let's go. Once again, I was in Carol Guru's debt. Thank you. Everything I have right now is good.
However.
Don't take me as set. The real battle is just ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain in the final showdown, do they? They had no choice but to accept.
Because...
It's not because of that one moment that the mastermind let their guard down, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down? I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? It said that they had hijacked the airways to broadcast our school life to our outside world. Oh! Listen. And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe. I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off. Somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
In other words.
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason.
So...
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost us killing each other. They wanted to show the world.
It would seem...
The mastermind has been adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anyone.
In other words...
But the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world.
Correct.
Why? To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point? Plus, that world has a name of the students of Hope's Peak, right? That's a very concept. You're talking about hope, right?
That's right.
And so, those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope. That's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motive comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led to the mastermind feeling their weakness.
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than it is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't be a game with one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it, and that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
indeed.
That is partially the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, that then made me out to be the killer, and even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, Mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on my TV to the entirety outside world, you must have had to accept your suggestions. Indeed. To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the Mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? You were still able to get the Mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got the chance, because you believed in me, and another path opened up. So I can't believe how much of that Mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
Wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and position. What did you say? Plus, if I'd shown any uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right.
however,
Anyway, we can't relax this yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win
Correct.
this time, or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the Mastermind, it will cost our lives. There's no option except to win.
hey,
But before we get into the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. Yeah, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do is now is work together with everyone to destroy the Mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, right now we have to find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? The dorms. Are they in the dining hall? It's a big hint. But like, and suddenly we were greeted with, you again. Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limits. What?
However,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah!
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
You survived?
Jeez,
You're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
Yup.
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together survived. And as soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
What? Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. It smells like a wet dog. Get away! Shoo shoo! And in a flash, my tears dried up. You stink. Are you rotten?
I'm telling you!
Rotten physically, mentally, every way you can be. Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. This smells so smelly. Super smelly. It's worse than me. Way worse than me. I win. She seems happy for some reason. So what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since this trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. And no dice. All the rooms were locked before. We were still locked. We were still locked in here. There weren't any new areas. And where can we go to find new clues?
Yo!
Makoto, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world. Did you go? Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Seal? No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, what the heck is Miss Seal? I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. Do you realize why it's your? Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was alter ego. He saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say that their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extremely happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone that what happened with
Yes.
Kuma. Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the rest of my catches
It's
you?
true.
That's related to what I have to tell you. I need to tell you all about the last class trial.
In other words,
We're going to redo Makoto's trial. What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I did it! Like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me and or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is it was all the work of the mastermind. You're saying the mastermind killed Makoto?
That's right.
That's right. It was an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it. There was I saw that. Nah, I saw that. There was 2 twos. Oh, what the Yep. Makoto stopped the trap in time and did what he had to stop the killer. What he had to stop, or what the fuck? What? Okay, I know that's not my fault. What he did to stop it. Why is there 2 twos? But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap. Did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just,
However,
But expecting Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulation. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rule. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time. The mastermind agreed. Does that mean that they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said about the end of the class trial, when you said, now it's the mastermind that's sneered. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean!
Hey, I was all in the dark. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain again later. So knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Makuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind. But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah, for us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery found in the school. Every last mystery? We've been looking around all the time, and we still don't know anything,
Anyway,
right? You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Oh!
Everyone?
I hate you!
Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine with living here forever with Master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as possible, as soon as humanly possible. Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, one decisive final battle, a rather interesting development, I would say. But figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they kill Makuro, and all the mysteries of the school, it's a pretty tall freaking order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not sure about that. I can't argue with the idea of working together. You can't argue, why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve the mystery.
Indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first, until Monokuma gave us a little hint. It's very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them students. Yeah, so that was the thing about the students.
I see.
So he said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
So in other words,
if the mastermind really is the one who killed Mokoro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in this school, right? Monokuma could probably murdered Mokoro, but there's no way he could have disguised this scene like that.
In other words,
according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hell's Peak are 16 students have been taking part in the killing game. The master is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning, and in Mokoro you get 16. The master would have to be one of us.
That's right.
Oh, and the people sitting right here need to continue, or do you get...
What?
No.
No way!
Wait, we can't say for sure that's true. Monokuma might have said that to confuse
Indeed.
us. It's an impossibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that's one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I know that's an ultimate right. They're an ultimate right, the ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off control from a secret?
but...
I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking around that many times.
I'm right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded it up with all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still.
This is a school. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very magnificent of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. We need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely on only myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibilities. Well done. He left.
Hey.
Do you blame him? I'm not mad. The rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream or coffee. You're totally useless. So bye. With that, Toko tugs out in the dining hall. And now she's gone, and you're going to go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. With just leave Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
I'm going to go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
About that?
Just wait and see. I want to use my total awesome spirit powers to figure out the mastermind's identity. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really going to go by themselves. What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same.
But...
I mean, it's not that I don't trust anyone, you know?
I mean...
But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Kodo. That's really nice of you to say. But still, I don't know. I know I've mostly been totally useless. So I figured at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that will help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it on my own. So, okay, see you later. Hina was in this rather high spirits as she dies out the dining hall once again. It's just us two. So you're gonna go off on your own too, right,
However,
Kyoko? Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going into our own searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
So...
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. During all our own investigations, doesn't mean we can't help together in the end. We should just see it as a splitting up to cover more ground, and then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then...
If I keep going, I have an endless list of things we need
Correct.
to check. Monokumo said all the doors to the school have been unlocked, right? But we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth by any means necessary. Kyoko was gone, there'd be only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin our search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be the one of us. So that's what's to prove. I'll prove the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. Then we can all escape. I guess I'll start by taking a look at wow. Fuck me! Mukura's Monokuma file. So we gotta find out who killed her again. Place the check has been added. Hold on. Sorry, okay. Anyway. Geez, several rooms have been added up until this point. Headmaster's room, the biolab, the door, and the second floor of the dormitory. So let's go to the headmaster's room.
Hey, Makoto.
Makoto, are you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah.
So I figured if all the doors have been unlocked, that one should be open too, right? Although I can't bring myself to open it.
I mean...
That'd be... So, you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. I'm fine with it. So I guess I'll open it. Oh wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. You know, race over to the nearby desk and have the need. Okay, go ahead. Alright, here goes nothing. I threw all my weight into it and the door opened much easier than I expected. Oh! There was no explosion, thankfully. My first question was, whoa, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. This is where they control him. What is this device? It looks like a kind of control panel. It's really over the top though, like some kind of military installation or something. Kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? Hifumi'd probably freak out if he saw it. Aww, cockpit. The room had a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. That thing could have mean. Alright, let's start poking around, poking at it or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons. Hold on, you can't just or whatever, something like this. It was already jabbing away at the control panel.
Huh?
Did you hear that? I think it came from the other room. What did you press? Not totally sure, but I think it was this one that says data center. Data center. Look at the panel, and I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of the room next to it. And just like that, like Hina said, there was one labeled data center. This must be the one she pressed, but the data center, that's right next door. The room we were just in, that's where the strange noise came from. I'm gonna go check it out. Yes, please, I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from over here. Did I just hear what I heard? Is that Monokuma? Hey! Bruh, give me all your donuts! Is that you, Hina? What? Oh man, Busted, how did you know? Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote controlled camera kind of setup? You don't even know where you're controlling? Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here. Guess what I found? The self-destruct button. Whatever you do, don't press it!
Bad.
Oh man, were you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Mokona drawing on it. And the control panel is inside. Whoa, hey Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma? What do you mean? What you were controlling just now, it was Monokuma. Monokuma. What? For real? Yep. It looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma, which means the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room, and this room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words,
Hey,
maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Kyoko's theory was right. If the mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, then does that mean they've been inside the school this entire time? Guess that would have to be true, right? But if that is true, it's very appalling, I know, but okay, enough of the bear pun. I'm sure you know this. They're gonna get me out with 16 people. They've only been the ones that step in. The mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is a 16th student. No, it can't be. There's no way, right? The code control room has been added to the truth-seeking bullets. True bullets. What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like the face you're making. Oh no, it's nothing. Oh, okay. What about you? Is everything okay? Oh well, it's just this is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knew if they set up all up traps or something? I can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not true. So like, you want to leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. Yeah, we can't waste all that time sitting around. Okay, you want to go? You want to get going? Yeah. Hmm? Wait, what's that? What's wrong, Makoto? Let's hurry up and get out of here. Click. As soon as the stand was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? The door, it just locked on its own. What? My hands shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it locked. But why? Monokuma?
Just a second.
Hey, no fair. You can go around restricting whatever you feel like. It's your benefit. Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. He's now depressed. I want to give this school mascot just up and stop moving. Then that room, as many of you guessed, that's where my controls are. So right now, you're being operated by someone in that room.
Yes, indeed.
Correctamundo.
You're a liar.
But that doesn't make any sense. We were just in there, and we didn't see anyone. Oh, you didn't? Did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? There was a... Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? No way. The hatch on the floor? Too bad. That was the one big chance and you blew it.
Too bad.
Of course, that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then, the room is officially restricted, so no more investigations. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace. He's gone, but was he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there. In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for us. Then when I said we should leave, well, that hatch couldn't be open from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, we don't have time to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make most of the time we have left. You're right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving.
Okay.
I'm gonna go around and tell everyone what we found. Nice. You've got me all motivated
You got
again.
it.
Okay, I'm out. See ya. He took off a full sprint, and I have to do what I can now. I can only move forward. So, Monokuma's room is out. So there's a control panel. Headmaster's room on floor. Wait, did the dentist center? Oh, it's still here. Headmaster's room is on this floor too. Yeah. Oh look, there's a headmaster's room. I've heard an awful lot about it, but this would be my first time seeing it for myself. Ah, Makoto, it's you. Hey, oh, Byakuya. Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? What do you mean something interesting? Take a look at this. It was on top of that particular occidental desk. It's class 78. See the registry. It contains profiles for all of us and Mokuro.
So in other words,
apparently class 78 refers to us. Wait, when we found Mokuro's profile in Kyoko's room.
I see.
That's right. It also mentioned class 78. This could be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers,
in other words,
there can be no doubt Mokuro was a student here at Host Peak Academy, just like the rest of us. The 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. It seemed that Kyoko was in a hurry. What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. It was all crumpled. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled, she must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. And what's her point? She was in so much of a rush that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Mokuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What?
So in other words,
when it comes to this profile, there was more information about Mokuro than we still didn't have. What kind of information is it? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? It seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was halfway through my Bianca as I skimmed before Mikoro reappeared suddenly, and in the background an entry floats close by, just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now I can't be sure if this is a single person or whatever it is. Mikoro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. And I need to pay attention to Mikoro's behavior too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think it's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir, which in told speak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all responsible measures. Mikoro was a part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there's any doubt about that now, but would that mean Mikoro and the Mastermind were allies? So why? How would they kill Mikoro? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mikoro was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means that the Mastermind is even stronger than Mikoro was.
What?
What's wrong, Makoto? Huh?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought, but I should also point out one other thing. There's another important part of the information within the file you should read. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? The picture of the girl perhaps you've never seen before? A girl who seems to be included as part of Class 78. This should be enough to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in the file. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds, and it even lists her 1, 22, 32. Well, what do you think? What do I think? Are you asking me like if she has a nice body?
Stop talking.
You hopeless idiot. I'm trying to tell you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your own way to the corpse, and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean? What is he trying to say? Is he trying to say using the body isn't actually Mikoro? Is that what you're saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible, but when it hurts to confirm,
it's all
right?
clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being Ryako's errand boy. Mikoro's profile pic has been added to the True Bullet section in the handbook. Oh, and one more last thing. It's a bit of advice from me to you, so I just pay attention. Advice from me. You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her.
In other words,
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? Just what I think, call it a hunch. Where my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. I'll keep it in mind, thanks. There are documents out on the floor, so that makes me feel anxious. Class 78, student registry. Apparently that's us. His profile's everyone we met in Koro. Okay. But why would the Mastermind kill her? Or, sorry. I would rather just read the transcripts. There are documents? No. Class regiment. Apparently that's us. If it has profiles on me and everyone I met at the beginning, and Mikoro, just like us, Mikoro was apparently a new student here at Host Peak. Mikoro Ikusaba, a part of the Ultimate Despair, which means her and the Mastermind would have been allies. But then, why would the Mastermind kill her? Weren't they friends? Huh. There are trophies, even a shield in the display case. There's a shield. Wait. So the chemistry lab was already open, and we know that's so that place is no different. Oh wait, the biology room, or the fucking whatever room. Yeah, the biology room. Raw. Well, here I am in the bio lab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Those stucco tarps here. I've been seeing a lot of those things lately. Oh, so cold. Why is it so cold in here? This is the first thing I need to figure out. There's a TV in here, right? There's an icy. It's just... There are icicles hanging from the monitor. I'm surprised the surveillance camera can work with how cold it is in here. Wait. There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall, and on the left side there's a bunch of glowing blue lights, but on the other side there's some kind of weird machine or something built in the walls. We've seen this. Oh, that's it. In a horror movie and stuff, it's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this lab is actually a morgue? Probably take a closer look. There's some kind of weird machine. Oh, there's some kind of booklet here. It looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your contaminated needs. In addition to ceramic lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cylinder and the blue lights will let you know the automatic systems have activated. Temperatures and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimization settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. It's in the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alert will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel, and we do offer an optional lethal holistic upgrade package. This is imagine for the fridge. I get it. It seems clear to me now. It's some kind of makeshift morgue. Big lab secret. And about those lights. Looks like it's set up so that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes in. Which could mean inside each slot up in the blue light, another one of the victims is blue biolab lights. I can't help let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's dead. That's defeat the mastermind, and to do that I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other options. Let's see. Alright, Byakuya said to look at the body. I went to Headmaster Room, I went to the Data Lab, the Bio Lab, it seems related to Mukuro, the dorms on the second floor, and the garden and dojo. Coco, so this is where you were.
What do you want?
And so discuss. Just thought maybe you found a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything, not one single clue. I figured since this place was related to the case, it would have to have something, right? But there weren't anything out of ordinary here. Give it back. Give me back my precious time. Calm down, Coco.
What's your
Don't tell
problem?
me to calm down. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds out, they're gonna call me useless, good for nothing. Nobody's gonna say that. Master will. I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anyone accept me? Well, I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe we won't keep going. So no clues? Seriously? Suit of armor on display. It's extremely Japanese. History lessons are full bloom. Yeah, so it's just so I guess there's something here. Why is everything? I don't think there are any clues here. Maybe I'll want to keep going. The garden. The body's gone. It's gone. Mukuro's body. It's not here. Yeah, the bodies to show, but I checked to be sure. I didn't find anything else. Nothing to the dead bodies. Not hearing that there must be. It could be in the bio lab. That tarp. The tarp played a key role in the other case, so I better look into that. So the tarp. Could use the tarp to keep the springs off the body. Its body might have some less clues. Yep, bio lab. It says bio lab. Then this over here is the bio lab. The tarp. That's all I really need to check out. I don't. Alright, so one of the bodies is, so it has to be here. There's some kind of wind machine. Lights. Dude, really? What does that mean? So some close body disappeared from the garden. Could it be in here? I need to check it, but I have no idea how to open this thing. Maybe the pamphlet will know. There's some kind of booklet here. Maybe Monokuma would know? No. There's a stack of tarps here, but saying that a lot lately. So I have to find a way to open this. There's some kind of weird machine. Even one of those fridges they put dead bodies in. I've seen them on crime shows and stuff. So I need to find a way to open it. What if I ask Toko? Well, what if I ask some of the people? Would they know? So, I don't know. I need to open it, right? I don't think she. Okay, so she doesn't know anything. So the garden. Wait, what? No, I went to those places. The game's just trying to trick me. Oh, data set. Yep. Just my last figure won't be open. Where is everybody? Wait, where is everybody? Oh wait, that's right. What if I go to the dorms? Like, hold on. Where did I need to go? Second floor dorms. Oh! Well, so I think we're near the end, so might as well just waste some of my tokens. Oh well, I don't know. Maybe? I'm not sure. The spare hotel. Yeah, this place is open. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. This is the second floor of the dorms. It looks like some kind of ancient ruins. Or no, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up or something. Jesus. There's only one bedroom? bed has blood on it. The bed's completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed, it's just garbage. I opened the door just to creak. I went inside and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hand in the bathroom, just a pile of rubble. There's a girl's bathroom. Even a place like this can't bring myself to go in. Anything in here? Everything's pretty normal. What the fuck is this? This room is filled with lockers. It must have been for the most peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. I wonder if this locker can be opened. Nope. That's a card reader inside installed on the door. That must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. You have to use your e-books to open these things. So does that mean, well, let's give it a try. I take a line, cross it, and then no luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can. I wonder if I can open this. Nope. Okay, same thing. Damn, they had whiskey, dog. This room doesn't feel like a student room. It's more adult atmosphere. It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko.
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have what? I still have one little regret, so I decided to check it out one more time. A regret? Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. Bro, this is a private room. Let's get wasted. They have Hennessy? There's a PC on the desk. Must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last... It looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair. There's not much though. Nothing we don't
In other
really know.
words...
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but it's the points some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. That's the worst sort. They're the worst sort of people whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
That's all there is. Nothing much to share. But I guess that's the best we could do as a complete choreography failure. Damn, dude. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate what info we can get our hands on. I see. That's a good outlook to have. The ultimate despair. There's a door here. There's some strange cast on the door. It's some kind of design mistake, or contains defective or something.
So...
There's a gap here. It's not a normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming in.
Indeed.
Breeze. There's likely an open space on the outside of this door. Open space. Does that mean? You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
Very easy trick. Yeah, so easy. I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on a PC that controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However... But
I don't have a clue on what the password would be. All we know is probably made up of letters and such or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right, that's necessary to go on.
It's true.
I looked through all the papers, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have his password.
Whew.
When I think of how much time I wasted on this. Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue hidden in there. But maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we wanted to get in there, we need to figure out the password. If Kyoko cannot, no way I have a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be I think you could have thought of something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your
What?
name? Huh? Oh, sorry, I was just thinking of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally unreasonable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as a password, knowing how she is, I bet that idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, do whatever you want. Okay. You know, I'm glad I thought it was Kyoko, trying Kyoko's name. If it's not that, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password in. Typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirogiri. My hands tense, slightly trembling, and as I finished typing it in, beep groan. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
why?
Why? Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into a hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko. Hey, Kyoko. I mean, I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. A present? Wrapped in covered with such joy. That's what made it so uneasy. There's a brightly colored box in here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of bad vibes from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why? You think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous, but surprising, probably.
It would seem...
It is. If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? You're saying something that will make me want to scream. Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy, step I approached the box. I took a deep breath, then took off the lid. Slowly, even slowly, I lifted it up, began lifting to sneak its way out to the box. I hastened to glaze inside and... Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
That's what I thought. What? What was in the box? It was wrapped up all nicely inside human bones. Just as you thought. How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there, human bones. Well, it's not that I was thinking of bones specifically. That I feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box. Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we already know, that's the only possible answer. About him being in his late 30s, and there's only 16 students. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't make much to assume that most likely my father was in the school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained, her analysis was completely calm, or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought. She knew it was possible, but I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I knew Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties, but was that all there was to it? I have to give up. He gave up his pride, and she gave up her pride to get in school. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I cannot help but wonder. Hidden room present. Aww. This picture. Aww. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko.
Why would you...
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet... to now find something like this? What do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here, and now he's abandoned me again? And this time he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Fold of Kyoko and headmaster. To headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyuko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey.
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look as much as you like. Are you sure?
Because...
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't... Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer, is this? It's an e-handbook, right? And it has a label on it. It says, in case of emergencies. I'd find some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words...
A handbook with no limitations, given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. Assuming that's what that is, I think you're probably right. It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? But Kyoko, I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? Headmaster's ebook.
Hey.
Listen, Makoto. Can you do me a favor? Favor? What is it? I know it's completely unrelated to ask you this, and I know it's only it'll inconvenience you that much more, but can you leave? Huh?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko, don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a bit.
Just a second.
I need to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you've only connected by blood, not by heart and soul, but maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to. Maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you want to say? If so, it's just a theory, and this isn't an issue that can be solved with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right.
Anyway.
I'm sorry. Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. Is she really okay? Kyoko, it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. He was a man in his late 30s. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means the mastermind's true identity is. It's very appalling. Here's a hint. 16 students. It has to be a student. 15 of us men, the male hall. Add Mokoro to the mix and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Mokoro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still alive are me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive, then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. There's all kinds of stuff I want to talk to her about, but I'd better give her some time. The desk is home to a computer. It must belong to the headmaster. Wait, if I have the handbook for the headmaster, does that mean I can open these? wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, locked. There's a card reader. After all, it's pretty similar. Does that mean, let's just give it a try. I took out the handbook and run it. No, look. But wait, what about the emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's room? Okay, let's give it a try one more time. I took the emergency handbook and ran it across the reader and beep. Alright, just what I was hoping for. Now let's see what we've got inside. This thing is particularly empty, except for a notebook. There's just one thing, some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is. But there's something written inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. It looks like a girl's handwriting. All the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote that thumb was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really whatever. I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Holt's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in the communal life. I decided to talk to one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster, and my father is willing to give me some more detail regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their geniuses can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. That this is the only hope we have. Hope that you'll be willing to go this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it, and I knew exactly who the handbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. It belongs to Kyoko. What was it doing in the locker, and what else? What she wrote here completely contradicts what she told earlier. She says she hasn't seen her father since he left when she was little. As I had to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly, the headmaster and my father. What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the pages of the room. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong, this whole thing. When I reached the last page, the question marks spun through my mind, just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, cruelly. Despair walks among us. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second despair. Maybe I should look around. Wait, what? Looks like the locker's open. Let's see what was outside. Nothing, but I don't see it. There could be a clue. Oh, okay, I'm opening individual lockers. I'm sorry. Looks like the locker's open. Let's see what's inside. I don't see anything to be a clue. And then, of course, this is Kyoko's locker. No. This is one thing, some kind of handbook. I don't see a name written on it. I can't see who it is, but based on the writing, the owner can't be anyone other than Kyoko. If this monster Kyoko was dug in the locker, and what she wrote has here completely contradicts what she told me. Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There are two despairs. Please understand it all. What about that locker? I don't see anything. I don't see a clue. So it's opened. The locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to probably has an organization problem. Oh, a crystal. Oh, this has to be Heroes. This is a crystal ball. A crystal ball. No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Is this a deck of cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stocked up in no particular order and dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuff this didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Tried to act the schedule and not as possible. I picked up on the notebooks I saw, but the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness may have had evaporated. Yoshio Hakag. Oh, so it is heroes. Inside the notebook's written Hishihiro Hikagure. So is this Ari Yushihiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for various different classes, which would mean he attended classes here. No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us. We were all stuck in this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes, so what is this notebook? The locker notebook. The more I see, the more those make sense. These lockers, I mean, they belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? Belong to here on the pocketbook. This is belong to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation, but if I want to find out, I have to keep moving the investigation, and I have to believe everyone. That locker's broken. What about this locker? That's it. I don't see anything useful. And then I think these lockers are broken. No.
Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint. For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASAP possible.
Jesus. What, now he wants to give us a hint? It's suspicious, there's no doubt about that. This could be a trap. But even knowing that, he said he goes to the gym, right? Hiro. Oh, hey Hiro! Makoto! Why did you act so surprised? No reason. You heard Nakuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? I just did actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him? What'd he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. Hiro, wait! There was no point trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hiro? Like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time? Hello, sir.
I am Monokuma!
Welcome, welcome. Hello, are you ready for your final hint? And it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you. The envelope. Gotcha, bitch. This must be an envelope. And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside. What? Don't worry, just get on with it. Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was, it says no photograph. It featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak at the same time as me. Wait, but there's someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't recognize. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. When Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room and we looked at that file with Kuro Ikusaba, then this girl is. Wait, why? Why is Mokuro here with everyone? And even more than that, just having everyone here pose like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I don't think I'm in here. Yeah, I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone here was when I read that whole Peace Academy. So it's natural for me not to be in this picture. But what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in this picture. I thought everyone was like me and didn't know each other till they got here. But this picture is real. Then could that mean, could it be everyone else, just me? Everyone here except me is... How long are you gonna keep this, how long are you gonna keep up this rambling, squadly quail of yours, Hamlet?
What are you gonna do?
You're kinda getting in the way of standing there yet, you know. So I mean, get out. But, I told you I'm not feeling any questions.
Unbelievable.
What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That would be totally out of left field. Guess that means he's done talking. Damn it. Group photo. So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion, and with that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake picture to confuse me? But it looked so real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all this up. No, I have to clear this up. So where is everyone? Dining hall. I actually wanna. So does it add? Wait, I know it's gonna sound stupid, but does it add? Does it add her? No, it doesn't. That's so dumb. It would have been cool if they just did like, oh, a new person was added. Yeet! She's added and she's dead. You know? Okay. So this is where you've been hiding. Listen, I was hoping to talk to you. Makoto! Sorry, gotta go. Fuck! What? She ran off so fast I didn't even have time to ask her to stop. Hina! Why? Why won't you talk to me? Wait, sorry. Nobody's here now. Oh look, this room, the dorms have been added. The second floor. Is that Byakuya? Yep, it is. Oh, Byakuya. Listen, do you think we could talk? Byakuya?
That's enough.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Hey, Byakuya, wait! But of course he didn't. He just walked away. What the? Why was he acting like that? Like he was purposely trying to avoid me. Heroes in the garden. Come on, man, don't fuck with me. Hey, hero. What? Makoto, what's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No, sorry, but I'm in a big hurry. Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Hero, what's wrong? I still wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I'd found. It was like he was avoiding me, like he was afraid of me. Why? So I had to visit the biolab one more time. The first thing I saw when I got there was her passed out again. Toko. Oh, you opened it. It's open. Oh, but Toko. Okay. Oh no. She's not dead, is she? What? It's cold. It's super cold. It's so cold. I think I might catch a cold. If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will. What? I was asleep? I must have fainted again. But you were standing there, staring at me, getting all excited, weren't you? No, I wasn't.
Have you reached that certain age?
Oh, then what? Hot and bothered, straight up horny? Okay, so why did you pass out? I don't know. Last thing I remember was me waking up just now. What did you do to Miss Moruso? Oh, that's right. Your memory stops and switches each time you switch. Bingo, bazing. We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate.
SOB!
And then don't say it like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even she forgets something I totally remember. So it's like double memory. No, it's more like half. Why is our memory important now? All I want to know right now is, where's my little darling? Tell me now, or I slit your throat. I don't know. I'm sure Bianca's around somewhere doing his own investigation.
Yes!
By himself? I assume so.
Oh, I'm on fire!
I knew it. I totally knew it. I'm a total pro when it comes to all things massive. Anyway, I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now. Toko shut off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. Totally forgot to ask her about the picture. Well, there's no point about asking just I jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There's gotta be some reason for it. The fridge is open. Well, I'm sure they were all shut, right? They were all shut tight last time I was here. That must be why she passed out.
Right.
She fainted so easily. Kyoko.
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worried. No, you don't have to apologize.
Listen.
About this room. Oh yeah,
It would seem...
it's a morgue. Yeah.
I knew it.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seeing what was in there, and well, there you are. You knew she fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem...
I imagine she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there, that's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. Why's everything gotta be so difficult?
Anyway...
So we should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that. Yeah,
Makoto.
Give me a hand with it. The hands outstretched, but suddenly she stopped. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. How come? Because Mokoro's body is in there. Mokoro's body? Mokoro's body is inside the fridge.
I see.
Just like every other time, the Mastermind probably brought it up here that we were in a class trial. The Mastermind did it because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial again.
So...
You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. Oh, that's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the first investigation. I need to do my own interrogation of the body as soon as possible. I want to find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the Mastermind by the tail. Okay, so what should I do? Why don't I just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there. That's it. Fuck that. I'm examining. I can't do it. I can't look inside. No, I gotta ask you about the notebook. After all, she's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I wanted to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about that announcement Mokomo made earlier. You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Why not?
Because...
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point is he wants to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. I wish I could go back and do the same, but that's done. What's done is done. Standing here looking at her. I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the mouse man take a picture of us to trap us? That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. Should I ask her about a good picture? No, that's the same thing. So we got that. What do you want me to do? The fuck? On the left side of the fridge, a bunch of blue lights are on. On the other, the ones are not. It would
seem...
Well, the slot's occupied. So, when someone's in there, the blue lights come on. Looking around the number of lights there are that are on, including Yukuro's, there's 9 in all. 9 lights? Biolab lights. Wait, hold on. Report card. So there's 9 lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many occupied? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. No, come on, man. I don't care about the class picture. Somewhere before. It's the same one I found in the garden tool shed, and if I remember that tarp, it had a stamp on it that said Biolab. That's a tarp that was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point, someone got it from the Biolab and took it over there.
Whew.
Okay, but I'm done. Already? Jeez, that was fast. Anyone can do good work if they go slow. And that sprite, I'll make my report brief. So did you find anything? I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. Really? The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings, so that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unidentified. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time, which went completely to the body. They had been struck in the head by a blunt object. The body was covered with other wounds, but those were at least several days old. The only other option is those other wounds, but the file said they were old.
Is that right?
Where does it say they're old?
Because...
Huh? All the Makun says that they were inflicted at least 7 days ago. I guess I don't see the difference.
Wrong.
Well, the difference is immense considering the impression they give.
Listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old.
However...
But that doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds, it makes it sound like they've been there forever, like they're not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? But But we all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? So, if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way. Hold on. So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way that could have had anything to do with it.
So then,
What if Makuro herself was killed within the last few days?
at
What?
the very least,
Certainly you can follow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of
Right.
many. A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
in other words,
They envision those possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then, as they investigated, they test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future. Kyoko's account.
hey,
So if there's anything else you'd like to know about the Samantha body, funny thing, but there's one more thing. Earlier when I was looking at Makoto's body, it listed her height and weight.
so
5'7", 97 pounds. Vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get all that right? You remember all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. Solid.
indeed,
Don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
indeed.
A victim in this case, without doubt, is Makuro Kusaba. Our victims in this case is without Makuro Kusaba. Her profile
And?
updated. Is all you want to ask? Yeah, I think so.
So then,
Then it looks like we have no further business with Makuro's body. Let's get back. It's kind of chilly in here. Oh wait, are we not gonna put the body back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like that? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like that?
why?
Like this? Sad? Did you forget she was our enemy once? A part of the ultimate despair. But she got killed. She's still a
Hey.
victim. Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well, yeah, but still.
Whew.
You really are naive, you know that? It's really quite appalling. But she could have abandoned me. But she decided to help me instead. For someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
So then,
I think we've done all we can in here. But to our back to our separations, just hold on. I have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk about Kyoko about. I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in the locker. If I don't do it now. Hey Kyoko, I did have one thing. I know I shouldn't, but I felt like I had to
What?
ask. Go ahead then. Out with it. Have you really not seen your father once since you got here?
What?
What?
so...
What do you mean? Well, you know all those lockers on the second floor of the
Indeed.
dorms? I do, yes. But to get in any of those lockers, you need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get in opening using the emergency
I
handbook,
see.
the one you found in the headmaster's hidden room.
And?
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? I found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to the area just recently. What I'm saying is, there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in the locker? Everything you just said makes perfect sense. But there was something right inside. It was about the headmaster. your father.
What? If that's true...
Could that mean that video is real too? Video. Makoto, I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own two eyes. Oh, let me give you the handbook then. That way you can... That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker of my own handbook. After all, it should be that... It would seem that it's my locker, your locker.
Makoto.
If you watch this, it will make sense. A DVD, and it says Class 78 are urgent interviews. Found in the hidden room after you left. I don't have time to explain that exactly. I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what I mean. You understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before. None of this makes sense right now. Well, I guess that means there's some important clue on this device. Interview DVD has been added.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to my rambles?
In other words,
as it turns out, the arguments, the arguments I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I want to ask for the rest of my life. And I'll put it the headmaster of the mastermind. But there's one thing I am sure. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swear to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyo's eyes burned with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous, just so underlying it. I guess she just let out a small laugh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow. So that's it for my ramblings. There's still much to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
And keep this in mind. There is only one absolute truth. Whatever the truth serves, justice or suffering, whatever it's the greatest truth or the worst, what do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if it was strange.
So then.
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you in the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko's gone. Before I get going myself, got a DVD for Kyoko. Should head to the AV room to check it out. Kyoko said something about hopelessness. It's true, but no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. And if it's the worst truth in the world, I can't afford to lose. Holy fuck. Was it this room? Yep. They should be able to play the V just fine. Well then, I better take a look. Put in the player. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on the screen. It started into a black monitor. It must have been a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. And then all of a sudden, an image popped. An image appeared. Saika? It took me by surprise. I hadn't seen Saika in who knows how long, and there she was.
Okay then, are you ready to begin?
The voice I heard was of the man pop position on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation. I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
Aw, Sounds like he was trying to make a joke, but Saika's tense face didn't make a single
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
You want me to accept that? Saika was oblivious, obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of their life in the school? I accept. What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe.
Too bad you suck at
As
it.
the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
Too bad you're dead and she died. So. And if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There was a lot I had understood until now, but this is only this. I simply couldn't comprehend what I heard, because I knew how much Saika wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so badly she tried to frame me for murder. Fuck that bitch. But why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? After thinking, I noticed a sudden light on the monitor. The video, as I thought was finished, flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen, and and if I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me over the edge. Whoa! What I saw was me, impossibly, undeniably
So,
me.
Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Yes, me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation, but the I in here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
Shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real. I said
I'm
yes.
sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeats the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya, Toko, Hina, everyone. They all said they agreed to live in the school forever, and then... Oh, Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without doubt, she had met him. She'd sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Academy, her father, and when he asked her the question, she answered the same as everyone else. She said there's a life within the school. As her interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off, which of course meant the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsie, looks like it broke. Out of service. What? It just so happened to break right now. Now then, when doesn't matter. Failure can strike anytime. Anyway, that's what failure is, right? Failure, my ass. You got the power on purpose. Whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, I'd just be more of the same. He had asked them the questions, and they'd all say yes. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge exasperated sigh, but as I did, I remember something.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself and disconnection. Thinking back on it, at that point, my memory was gone. At that point, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. What would make you forget all that? Strange, isn't it? It's hard to believe it would happen by chance. It seems much too convenient. A convenient outcome. Something that seemed too obvious. Obviously work in favor of the mastermind, so does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or Interview DVD has been added. Fuck me.
For anything that has a start, there has, and if the end comes, there is no, although that, there is no store. Of course, the net, but as I said, which is why I'm sure we'll get, anyway, the beginning of the end of the class. Everyone gap.
Yeah, I could probably guess that's what you were gonna say. It's about time, the final class trial. Okay then, this is the end. I guess I'm the first one this time. You're early, Makoto.
Listen.
Does that mean you feel prepared? Yeah, for now at least. But where's everyone else? Why aren't they here
However...
yet? Sorry. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure they'll be here soon. Just like she said. Byakuya! Byakuya? They arrived one after another, but they were all the same state of shock. Hina? Hiro? Silence, and it wasn't any normal silence. It was a deafening silence of fear and suspicion. It was like the first class trial.
You called for me, and so I...
I'm
on fire!
Strong silence, master, is so wonderful, so cool, so hot. My loins are ablaze. No, now listen, everything will be just fine if you leave it to me.
My beautiful scissors!
But I thought you couldn't kill anyone but adore little boys. If it's master, if it's what master wants, like, it can be boy, girl, or anything in between. I can handle it. Where am I? No human language can describe the disappointment I'm feeling right now. Is everyone here? Oh, and we're our gloomy Gus faces. I see. Okay, well then let's begin. God damn it! And then I thought it was just gonna be the end of it. Fuck off. Hold on. Okay, well let's get this trial. The final class trial is going to be slated in pitch black despair. You're right, this is the final class trial, and this time it'll be fair. What do you mean this time? Stop with all the slander. I'm a bear in good standing, you know. And if there was a Mr. Fair Guy Universe contest, I'd take home the tiara every year. I'm gonna win this game super fair and square.
Today, I'm feeling white.
And I'll make sure everyone watching at home knows that despair is mightier than the hope.
Stop talking.
Enough of your tedious drivel. Begin the trial already. Sure. Let's begin the trial already. I'll be waiting for you downstairs.
You guys.
So don't try and run away. Laughing as loud as ever, Monokuma disappeared. Whatever.
In the name of my
This will be over in no time. When the unexpected confidence, Byakuya was placed on an elevator. One by one, everyone followed. Everyone made eye contact. Fuck! Nobody made eye contact. Nobody said a word. They just disappeared into the elevator. They're all acting odd. Like they're paranoid, suspicious of each other. But you know what that is, don't you? Yeah, I think so.
However...
Well, you can tell us all about it soon. At the class trial. You're right, I'm ready to win, right? Of course. I'm glad to hear you say that. And then Kyoko had entered the elevator. I started making my way towards the opening. Step after step, that gapping maw. I resolved that this would be the last time. I repeated to myself there was no fear, no mystery left. I pushed the anxiety down, claimed my trembling body, and finally on sturdy legs. I passed the threshold and stood in the elevator. Without warning, it began to descend, despair, deeper and deeper, it fell. I closed my eyes and sight fell away, all sound to disappeared. Alone in the universe, I waited for the elevator doors to open for the last time. What could have been seconds or centuries later, I felt a gentle vibration that ever come to an end. I slowly opened my eyes. This is the final trial state. What do you think? Isn't it just the perfect background for deciding a person's fate?
Yahoo!
It's a long-awaited last stage, the always exciting final battle. I'm gonna sit in on this one. I'll just sit right here in the vacant 16th seat.
Thrills, chill.
Let's begin. Do I have any skills? No, I don't have any fucking shit. Whatever. Alright.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule. So listen up!
Hold on, I'm sorry.
If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win! But if you can't, then I win! And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Of course not! Bears never go back on their word!
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Is the mastermind only one person? Don't bother. I already know the answer. You're all the mastermind, aren't you? You're all out to get me! I'm right, aren't I? I knew it!
Why? Plays the check. Headmaster's ebook. No, I guess
You
he's
guys
suspicious.
have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
What's the evidence?
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it. I have evidence of my own.
Yeah, it's the
What a
pictures.
coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
What? Wait, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
I'm using concentration
No, it's
mode.
wrong. It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
What? You too?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah. Huh? Wait, but mine's different. With the picture you have, I'm in it. But that can't be right. Because in my picture... See? I'm the only one not in it.
Wait. Yeah, she's right. There's Chihiro. Wait. There's Celestia, Chihiro, Junko. Well, yeah, everyone but her is in this. I figured as much in
Hiro,
this case.
you have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
That Mondo just slumped. Wait, this one too, just as I thought. Hero's not in it. Mondo, yeah, everyone is in here.
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
But you're in my picture. You're the ones trying to trick me.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other. The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
Huh? I laid a trap? A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
The proof I need to reveal Monokomo's trap. Each photo has a certain something in common regarding what person's in the picture, and that person is the one who got the picture.
I got it!
Because if I'm not in mine, she's not in hers, and he's not in his.
The only one not in the picture is the person who received it. So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing.
In Hina's, she's missing.
In the picture Hina got, She's the only one missing.
Damn, I just realized Sakura is blazing. Jesus, zoom, motherfucker.
And in the picture Hiro got, he's the only one missing.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
Yes, please. Hey!
In other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
And when we each saw our picture, we just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
Basically.
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, you fat bitch!
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
But you know, there might be more to this than just a Monokuma trying to confuse us. There's something else that bothers me about everyone's pictures. What is it? What's digging at me?
Can I see everyone's group photo one more time? It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm sure there's something unusual about these group photos. What is it? I need to compare each of them one more time. Byakuya's picture. God damn! Sakura just fucking. Jesus! Toko's just in the corner. Huh. They're all normal. Hina's picture. Hiro's picture. And my picture. There's something strange about all of them. Something I can't quite pin down. Something. Group picture updated.
Can you just forget about the photo already? Ugh. Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about that.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
So you think they're fake?
They're not, are they?
No. I assure you, they're quite real.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
They have to be.
Yeah! I don't remember ever taking a picture like that. So it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
But you know, can we really be so sure?
Huh?
Don't get me wrong. I don't remember taking this picture either. But is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
The reason I don't remember this picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. There might be some other reason. Some terrible reason. An unbelievably but entirely horrifying reason. Is it amnesia? Well, he said amnesia. So, amnesia? Amnesia.
Now I understand. Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense. As if. You expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
Yeah, we all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
It's only natural that they wouldn't believe it. But no matter how much they refuse, it's the absolute truth. They have no choice. We can't move forward if they don't accept it. Then there's another way to prove it. We'll set these pictures. Damn. Fuck, I did not
You're
look.
saying we all got spontaneous
Yes,
amnesia?
Yep.
Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory.
Yes, you have.
Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
Yeah. Yeah, got it. That should be it.
Wrong. Those photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss. This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
Shut the fuck up.
No, it's nothing like that.
It's a gangbang.
It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster.
When you say all of us, you mean...
I mean all of us.
Including you.
You.
You lied! I never did any kind of interview.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself. The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember.
Yes,
you
it is.
expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
How can you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here!
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
We all agreed.
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually, we all said we could.
We all agreed.
Even me. I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not. Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever? That's just insane! How can I believe that?
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
What?
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
Then we really...
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
This is all... making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie, you figured that part out too, huh?
Of course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
But how could someone just steal our memories?
How? Come, that hardly matters right now. If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains? Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost. There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
The original
You mean
motive.
the motive you came up with to try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does. But that part's still a secret. Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
So until we do that, well, either way we have to explain every last remaining mystery. So the one who killed Mukuro, the true mastermind, that's what we need to expose. Damn, I just realized how many people have died.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Yeah.
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does?
What does make me so sure?
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here.
Yes. Well, yeah, there is.
The mastermind is probably a million miles.
No, you're wrong.
No, that's wrong.
The control room.
There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
Yeah.
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time. So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
What? Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing him... Fuck off, we know.
So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
But how'd they manage to survive all of this?
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
Well, it's not me!
I blame Makoto!
What? Why me?
'Cause it's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
Oh, I get it. The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself, right?
Aw, nuts! You got me!
Wait! What are you trying to say?
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic. The mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different. Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
Yeah, it was the other wounds.
I got it!
Because that's what she said.
All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
Body was covered with other wounds, but those were at least several days old.
It made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago, so they can't possibly be what killed her.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know...
You're wrong.
She denied me before I could even say anything. I'm not weird, okay?
I'm not doing this. If you're so sure we're gonna deny you, why bother saying in the first place? Her profile.
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wounds in battle.
Damn it, wait.
Are you finished?
You didn't deny me this time, Z-Wimsy. You made me go all cutesy.
Don't worry, there wasn't anything cute about it.
So I was right. It is.
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in a... So, when you think of... Obviously, she got all those wounds in battle.
Are you finished?
Damn it, I missed.
Don't worry, there wasn't anything cute about it.
Mukuro was... She must have been... So, obviously...
Are you finished?
You didn't deny
God
me
damn
that.
it.
Don't worry, there
Don't you
wasn't
love it when
anything
you fast
cute
forward a
about it.
movie and you skip the fucking... I know what I have to
Mukuro
put.
was the ultimate... She must have been in a... So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those...
Got it.
No, that's wrong. No, Mukuro didn't suffer those wounds in battle. The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely... Actually, it's kind of refreshing. Maybe it's because of...
Anyway,
Maybe.
so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school. In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Cruel fatal injuries. Wait, those look like the...
But if that's what killed her,
fucking...
then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant. If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her, so who was it that attacked you?
No one could get in my room. Except for the mastermind.
I got it! The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me.
But her right hand didn't have
But
a
I
tattoo.
was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question.
Okay.
Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think. Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
The right hand. Very obvious Fenrir tattoo comparing that to the masked attacker. It should be obvious. And so if this, it has to be her, something with her hand. Nope. So this is a true bullet thing, cause this.
You never saw their face, right?
No.
So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba!
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand?
Right hand.
Maybe the right foot. Or perhaps the left foot. Or could it be the hips?
What?
You never saw there, so you can't have... I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro
No.
No, that's wrong. Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo. But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me. And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, you know, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it couldn't have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you, but what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her. Uh-oh, no snappy comeback. Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Before anyone can say anything, her hands? Oh shit. Kyoko was moving her glove.
Your hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just a little burned skin.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seemed to sever the wounds. She said savor the wounds. Then she put her gloves back on.
My scars should suffice as proof.
Yes, ma'am. You're innocent.
Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
Hell no.
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
This is just awful! On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours. Sorry. Did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet. Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Then, she was being stored somewhere?
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
The biolab.
I got it!
Yeah, put it in the pool.
Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
The biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
The proof that shows the body was carried from the biolab led to the garden to something that made the tarp, right?
I got it!
Because that's where it can only be.
What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is... The tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says Biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the Biolab. In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the code on it afterwards.
Wow, you made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
But that's just a wild guess. Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
Are you talking about unmasking the mastermind?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
And you'll say assisting the biolab. Keep talking
La
about.
la la, I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
I need to pull myself together and think. Things assisting the biolab. Can you talk
Hey, by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
What?
one thing?
What do you think? I'm talking about your family.
What?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
How they ended up dead?
So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Yeah, I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth about the biolab. So if I want to shut him up, I want to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. The consistency has to be that one area where the numbers just don't match up. The moment of truth.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Rawr! What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible!
Dickhead.
I'm not listening!
No, I had it.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! I'm not listening!
Biolab lights.
This should prove it.
Dickhead. You fucking asshole.
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is... the lights!
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, and there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
Dumbass. Fucking hold on. There should be 10 lights, idiot.
10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why? That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
That's right. We need to solve this mystery. Sayaka died first. Junko was second. Leon was third. Chihiro was fourth. Mondo was fifth. Taka was sixth and Hifumi was seventh. Celestia was eighth. Sakura was 9. And the victim number 10 was Mukuro.
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
The reason there are less bodies than murders, the explanation for more murders than victims, why is that? Why would it take this, no, because they reused it, only, no. The same person was killed, so the 2 people were
What about
killed at the same time.
The same person was killed twice?
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far, but one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. But still, something like that
could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Junko?
Nothing's gonna become obvious, because Kyoko's totally delusional!
Yeah, because the way it has to be Junko. This is an absorbed bullet.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono?
No.
Junko Enoshima?
You fat bitch.
Shoot!
Sorry, I didn't mean to shoot. I want to absorb.
Who is this someone? Was it
Sayaka Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata?
You fucker.
Chihiro Mondo? Kiyotaki Fumi? Celestial? Or maybe...
Saka? No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Fucking asshole.
Who is this someone? Was it Sayaka?
Junko Enoshima?
Leon, Chihiro, Mondo, Kiyotaka, Kifumi, Celestial, or maybe...
No, there's no way anyone was murdered!
Fuck you, bro.
No, that's wrong.
Making me waste a shot and concentrating that hard? Fuck you, bro.
Junko, wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
She was stabbed, dumbass. Use your brain.
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered...
Then the similarities match?
They're not similar,
Yes,
they're the same.
and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
So let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
Then, it's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then... what does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro.
He's dead.
She's still alive. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died.
That doesn't make sense.
So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Kuro alive? The one that's still alive is Kuro, but can we really believe that? Yo, there's no way Mukuro Kusaba's still alive. He died like a motherfucker. There's no, wait, this ain't no Dragon Ball. Mukuro for the fatal injury profile.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Immediately
No,
showing that
that's
down.
wrong. No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Someone made it look like they died, but they're still actually alive. There's only one person who could be like the person. It's Junko, right?
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation. But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes. If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade.
It was, because she was replaced.
But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Nothing you mentioned it. I gently placed my hand on Churosaka's body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse like they do in movies and stuff. But she really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I did check.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive...
It must be wrong.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
Huh?
No! Of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died.
Didn't.
Mukuro absolutely died.
She replaced her.
Both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
How could Junko have survived? She was dead. But still, if she were alive somehow, could it be that Junko's not the one that died? It wasn't Junko, it was someone else entirely. Maybe she used some sort of trick. Oh wait. Where's E? Let's ask, bro. Didn't know I could fast forward. Oh, whoops. Oopsie. Oh well.
Now I understand. That's it! What if she switched places with someone else?
Switched places?
That's right! Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but... that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
No.
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that? Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Cool, but no.
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea...
It's wrong. There has to be a way. I have to figure out. They switched at the beginning.
I got it! The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
What? From the beginning?
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So, you're saying the Junko we first met was actually Mukuro all along?
Yeah.
Then we'd already met her?
I had, like, a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was. So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko.
And we would believe it.
And we never would have known the difference. That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
What if it was makeup?
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that.
That's why she brought it to
If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body. They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
But if she really did use foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto.
But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so This whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure. Making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity?
Yes.
As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
The DVD. Because you turned off the... If everyone was getting recorded, then you shut off the DVD.
I got it! While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster.
It wasn't just a monitor, yeah. He turned off the power on purpose.
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke!
No, it wasn't just a fluke. The masterminds definitely outreached that power, orchestrated that power outage, and that's not the only time to try to hide people's identity. Try to cover up on their piece, I gotta reveal that.
What? What do you want? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? You're getting all riled up! That's impossible! That's impossible!
Group picture.
This should prove it. The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Uh-oh.
I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
The unusual circumstances come to all these pictures. You never see Junko's face. The unusual face.
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face. It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko, which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait, hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything, right now!
Closing argument. Oh, alright, so let's see here. So as we know, they said that the Junko that we met was actually Mikusaba. They died, switching them out. And then later on, they pulled the body out the freezer, put it down. Anyway. Number 4, Kyoko. She interrupts the killing in the room. Oh, sorry. They put on the mask, got the combat knife, and she enters. So Makoto saw the knife, she intervened. The killer running away. Wait, hold on. Is it this one? No. It should be here. Wait. Yeah, that's the only one that makes sense. She takes off so that she goes to the guard and takes off the mask and puts it on her. The explosion happens. Yeah. No. Wait, yeah. That's when the body got burned. Number 7. The body out. Okay, hold on. So that's right. Let me just remove these just in case. So this is right. This is right. So, is it this? No, it should be this and this. Number 5. Wait, I'm so confused because it's... Hold on. 1, 2, 3. So this is where she has the knife. 4 is Kyoko interrupts the killing. 5. What's the picture of the killer running away? Fuck it, I'm just gonna wing it. Those go there. So, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everyone finding the body.
Here's exactly what happened.
I don't know.
We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko Enoshima, right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko.
Fashionista.
The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place. And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusaba. But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko Enoshima. Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school. So she put on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place.
Tick, tick, tick.
Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder, and the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma. The real Junko Enoshima.
Boom.
That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Give it up, Junko. The game's
Junko.
Over?
Over.
Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
Boom. Who's smoking weed? It was a hero. Junko Enoshima, ultimate despair.
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear. If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world. We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking. Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
No thanks.
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
This is the mastermind. She's the real Junko Inoshima.
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
Your face!
Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
That's a lie.
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
No, I do remember seeing it. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere. It was definitely before I got to the school. Before arriving at the school. Damn, I got
That's right. It was before I ever came to this school. I remember seeing a magazine cover. And you were on it.
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began...
I've seen her on tons of magazine covers, but I feel like that doesn't quite match up to reality. Huh? Oh, are you talking about like cover up magazines and stuff? Of course, those are totally photoshopped. That's a lie! The computers and junk, so they weren't real.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins.
Twins?
I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship. The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima! And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
Whoa! She's a totally different person now!
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell! I even get fucking bored with myself! But if you're twins, why do you have different last names? Ugh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just make up whatever answer you want, I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
But if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if!
Well, I suppose I'd better explain. For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family, leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the three atrocities. Atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive. It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
Sadly,
Her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines. Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away, which is precisely why I killed her. To meet everyone's expectations.
That can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know? If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring. So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal. Just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
So, you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
How can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar? Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. Nope, I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all. When I was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret.
So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it?
That's not true at all. We were twins. How could I not be sad? That's why it gets me so excited.
Huh?
Killing my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that. Super, 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 it just feels.
What the hell is wrong with you?
And my sister too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts!
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No. I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Because on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
Huh? Don't you mean had that noble blood?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow! You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Are you talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer! So how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating!
Damn straight! That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries. And then, we'll have our victory!
I can't wait!
Alright, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews, It must mean... I got it! It must have something to do with our entrance exams.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
I got it! You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners. So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
A theme?
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
I got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your family. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay! Time for the next question! So, what was the theme for the second motive?
I got it! It was our past, right?
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was... embarrassing memories and secrets! Yeah! And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question. So, what was the motive for the third murder?
I got it! It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again! Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain. Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
I got it! In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see, once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
Relationships? Secrets? Money? Betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world. In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the Seed of Despair.
Seed of Despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the Seed of Despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the Seed of Despair is closely tied to your own memories.
How so?
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope. Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway!
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right? The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place. That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
Correctamundo!
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
A most troubling thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint.
Huh? Really?
Then hurry up and tell us.
Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing. I'd like for you to see the outside world.
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see what's out there? Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I wanna see too. See your faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame! Behold, the world beyond the school walls! This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
What the?
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense!